Have you ever wondered if the way you drive every single day might be secretly destroying your car from the inside out? Most drivers think an automatic transmission means easy mode. No clutch, no stick shift, just smooth cruising. But here's the shocking truth. The smallest mistakes you make behind the wheel could be silently draining your wallet, chewing through your car's lifespan, and leaving you with a repair bill so high it makes you question if keeping the car is even worth it. Today, we're uncovering the 7 deadly habits that can ruin your automatic transmission. Some of these might sound familiar, others might surprise you, and one of them could be something you're guilty of almost every time you drive. Stick with me until the end, because knowing these could save you thousands of dollars and years of frustration. And hey, if you want to keep your car alive and your wallet safe, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss out on more hidden car tips like this. 1. Shifting before you stop. Let's start with one of the sneakiest habits out there. Shifting from drive to reverse before your car has completely stopped moving. It doesn't matter if you're rushing to get out of a parking space or just impatient at a tight turn, many of us have done it. You roll forward, slam the gear into reverse, and think nothing of it. After all, the car switched directions, right? No harm done, right? Wrong. Here's what's really happening. Instead of your brakes stopping the car, your transmission is forced to take that violent hit of momentum. You're basically asking delicate gears, clutches, and bands, parts designed for smooth power transfer, to act like brake pads. And those aren't cheap. A fresh set of brakes? Maybe $200. A transmission rebuild? Try $2,500 if you're lucky. And if you keep making this mistake, that number can climb even higher. So the next time you're tempted to flick the gear without stopping, remember this. It might save you 3 seconds now, but it could cost you 3 paychecks later. But that's just the beginning. Because there's another gear habit that feels harmless, and it's just as dangerous. 2. Parking while moving. Imagine this. You pull into your driveway, you're in a hurry, and instead of waiting for the car to fully stop, you throw it into park. Sounds simple, right? After all, park is supposed to lock the car in place. Here's the terrifying reality. Inside your transmission, park works by sliding a small metal pin into a gear, locking the output shaft so your wheels can't move. It's a thin piece of metal, strong enough to hold a parked car, but not designed to stop a rolling one. So when you slam into park while the car's still moving, all that force slams against that tiny pin. If it snaps, your transmission could be toast. If it bends, you might find your car slipping out of park when you least expect it. Newer cars sometimes protect you with speed sensors that won't allow this mistake. But if your vehicle is a few years old, that safety net might not exist. Replacing a brake pad costs lunch money. Rebuilding a shattered output shaft costs rent money. The choice is yours. And if you think that's scary, wait until you hear about a habit millions of drivers do every single day. 3. Neutral at red lights. Picture this. You're sitting at a red light. Bored. You don't feel like keeping your foot on the brake, so you throw the car into neutral. Maybe you've even heard people claim it saves your transmission. Sounds smart, right? Not so fast. The truth? Neutral at a red light doesn't protect your transmission. In fact, it makes you less safe. Here's why. If the light suddenly turns green and you're in neutral, you'll slam the gas, rev the engine, and waste fuel before you remember to shift back into drive. If another driver swerves toward you, you lose that split-second control to dodge, because in neutral, your car can't respond. And let's not forget, the fuel savings are practically zero. Modern automatics are designed to idle efficiently in drive. So what do you gain from putting it in neutral? Nothing! What do you risk? Your safety, your control, and your peace of mind. And if you think neutral at a light is bad, what about neutral on a hill? That mistake is even worse. 4. Coasting in neutral. A, the classic myth. Coasting downhill in neutral saves fuel. On paper, it sounds clever. You let gravity do the work. But modern cars? They're smarter than that. Here's the shocking truth. When you're going downhill in drive and your foot is off the gas, most modern engines automatically cut off fuel flow. That means you're literally burning zero extra fuel. In neutral, the engine still needs to idle, so you're actually wasting more gas. But fuel economy isn't the real danger here. The real problem is control. When you're rolling downhill in neutral, your transmission isn't connected to the engine. That means if you suddenly need to speed up to avoid a hazard, you can't. You're basically rolling on a sled with limited options. Worse, your engine is spinning at low RPMs while oil pressure drops. Less oil flow means less cooling. Over time, heat and friction can quietly chew away at your engine and transmission. So the next time you think you're outsmarting the gas pump by coasting in neutral, remember, the only thing you're saving is a spot in the repair shop waiting room. But while neutral mistakes can wear your transmission down slowly, the next habit can destroy it in seconds. 5. Launching your car. Ever see a driver at a stoplight rev their engine in neutral, then slam into drive and rocket forward like they're on a racetrack? That move has a name, launching. And it's one of the quickest ways to shred your automatic transmission. Here's why. When you rev in neutral, you're building up engine power without engaging the transmission. Then when you drop it into drive, that surge of force slams directly into the clutches and bands inside your gearbox. These components rely on friction surfaces to grab and hold, and that kind of violent shock wears them down in seconds. Do it once? You might get away with it. Do it often? The transmission starts slipping, gears won't engage properly, and soon you're looking at a teardown. And a teardown means thousands in labor alone. Unless you're driving for NASCAR, launching your car is basically a game of Russian roulette with your wallet. And trust me, the house always wins. But maybe you're thinking, okay, I don't launch my car, so I'm safe. Not so fast. The next mistake is something almost every driver has been guilty of at least once. 6. Running on empty. You've seen the warning light. That little gas pump icon glowing, reminding you your tank is dangerously low. And yet, you keep driving. Maybe you'll stop at the next station. Maybe you're short on cash. Maybe you just like living on the edge. Here's the danger. When your tank runs low, your fuel pump has to work harder, sucking up whatever's left at the bottom of the tank. Dirt, sediment, and all. But the real problem for your transmission? Fuel isn't just fuel. It's also a coolant and a lubricant. Run too low, and your car can't maintain the proper fluid pressure. That means metal parts inside the engine and transmission grind harder, heat up faster, and wear out quicker. And the longer you drive with the warning light on, the more damage builds up. What you thought was saving $20 at the pump could end up costing you $2,000 in repairs. But all of these mistakes pale in comparison to the final one, a mistake that doesn't even come from you, but from the environment around you. 7. Water in the transmission. Of all the dangers on this list, this one might be the most devastating and the most overlooked. If water ever gets into your transmission, even a small amount, you're in big trouble. Just a single ounce can start a chain reaction of destruction. Here's what happens. Water gets absorbed by the friction linings of your clutches. The glue holding them together starts to dissolve. The material begins to peel away. White gummy residue spreads through the system. Rust forms on metal parts, eating away at the inside of your transmission. And here's the kicker, you can't just flush it out. Once water's inside, the damage has already started. The only real fix? An overhaul. And that bill could easily climb into the thousands. How does water get in? Driving through deep floods, crossing rivers, or sometimes even a poorly sealed transmission after maintenance? The scary part is that by the time you realize what's happened, it might already be too late. Conclusion: are you guilty? So now you know the 7 silent killers of automatic transmissions. Shifting before you stop. Parking while moving. Neutral at red lights. Coasting downhill. Launching your car. Running on empty. And letting water invade. Some of these might sound obvious. Others might be habits you didn't even realize were dangerous. But here's the truth, every single one of them could be costing you money and years of your car's life. The real question is, how many of these are you guilty of? Be honest, I'll admit I've done at least 2 of them myself before I knew better. Drop a comment below and let me know which mistakes you've made and which ones shocked you the most. And if you want to keep your car alive, your wallet happy, and your driving stress-free, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. We've got plenty more hidden car secrets, money-saving tips, and driving myths to expose. Protect your car. Protect your cash. And I'll see you in the next video.